Welcome to the Tyler SIS Medical Webinar. In this webinar, we will review all aspects of the medical module to familiarize you with the steps and procedures used to maintain immunizations, medical conditions, and reports. Tyler SIS support can be found by clicking on the question mark on every Tyler SIS screen. Please refer any questions you may have to your SIS coordinator. Tyler SIS training support can be found in our online help at tylertech.com under the Support tab and heading of Documentation as shown. Customer support can also be reached via the telephone number or email listed. SIS district coordinators, please email any questions to sysk12help@tylertech.com using the subject Tyler SIS Medical Webinar. It is important to remember that the Quick Sheet library is updated often as Tyler SIS continues to grow. We recommend printing off necessary documentation only a day or two prior to any of your training sessions. Before you begin tracking student medical data, you'll need to check over the district and site medical codes. To get there, click Management, District Level, District Code Tables, Medical Codes. Select the code type you would like to view or edit from the drop-down list. The screen refreshes to display the selected codes. Click the Edit button to edit existing codes. Double-click the description to type in an amended description. Click the Add button to add a new code to the list. The screen refreshes with a new blank line at the top of the grid. Double-click in the Code column to type in a new code, and then in the Description column, type in the description of the new code. To delete a code, click the trash can icon in the appropriate row. A confirmation prompt displays. Click the OK button to delete the code. Note that you may not delete any code that has been in use in any site year. All immunizations, medications, conditions, clinic visit reasons, clinic students sent to, and DOH surveillance codes are active at all sites. DOH surveillance is used to track infectious diseases for the Department of Health. Clinic treatment codes may be different site by site. To select the clinic treatment codes used at your site, first ensure that you are logged into the appropriate site. Then click Management, Site Level, District Codes used at this site. Select the codes from the district code set and click the Edit button. Check boxes display for all codes, and you may uncheck any codes you do not wish to be used at your site. Click Done to save and exit. Repeat this process for each site. The next thing we want to look at before we begin tracking student medical data is permission settings. In the medical records area are permissions to view or maintain medical information. Click Management, Faculty Staff, Maintain District Staff, and search for your staff person. On the Site Year Assignment tab, click User Permissions. Click the plus sign next to Medical Records. The three columns represent the past, current, and future site years. The only student medical data tied to site years is clinic visits. The permission to view medical conditions is designed to be granted to nursing staff as well as non-nursing staff. Medical condition records may be restricted to nurse users only or unrestricted so that other staff with this permission setting may view them. This permission is often granted to teachers to view medical conditions that warrant immediate attention, or lunch cashiers to view food allergies as students purchase meals. For more information on how to grant permission to users or groups, see the quick reference sheet, Maintain User IDs and Permissions. We want to also look at user roles for the medical module. Click Management, Faculty Staff, Maintain District Staff, and select your user. On the User Properties and Roles tab, click your Edit button and verify that the nurse role is checked and select the classification from the drop-down list for this staff person. Click Update All Roles and cite your assignments for this year, and then click the Apply button. This ensures that the nurse may be assigned to student clinic visits. Now you're ready to begin tracking and reporting student medical data and clinic visits. Now that we're ready to begin tracking student medical data, click on Student Links, Medical, or click on the SIS menu, View Maintain Medical, Student Medical Data Maintenance, and locate a student. If a medical alert has been flagged for the selected student, the alert screen displays. Click Continue to move on to the student's medical information. The screen defaults to a view of immunizations. Click anywhere in the header row to expand or collapse the medical area. Next to each area is a number indicating the number of records tied to this area. An N denotes that a note is attached to this area. To edit an existing immunization or add new dates to an immunization that already exists, click the Edit icon in the appropriate row. If the student is exempt from an immunization, select the reason from the drop-down list. Enter any applicable dates for that immunization. If any new immunizations share identical exempt reasons or dates, click the Copy Exempt and All Dates to New Immunization box and then click Apply. This will allow the dates to be copied to the next immunization. If adding only one new date to multiple immunizations administered on the same date, click the Use Last Date button. If none of this information is common to multiple immunizations, simply click Done or click Save and add Next Immunization. To add a new immunization not already listed in the student records, verify that the immunization area is in expanded mode and click the Add button. The medical immunization screen displays. Select the immunization from the drop-down list. Only immunizations not currently in the student record are displayed. This eliminates the potential for duplicate records. To delete an existing immunization, click the trash can on the far right side of the row. A confirmation prompt will display. Click OK to confirm the deletion. To perform a compliance check on this student, click Actions, Compliance. Verify the date printed on the report and the report title and change if you choose. Select the Hep B compliance option and then click Start Report. The display report screen shows. The first page of the report displays the options selected and all compliance rules used to run this report. Scroll to the second page to view the student's compliance results. If the student has passed compliance, you will see the student's name and the message Compliance OK. If a student's record fails the compliance check, the student's name, grade, gender, date of birth, and age will print on the screen. Along with this information will be a listing of the immunizations that the student is required to have based upon your state's compliance rules. You may save or print this report. Click Done to return to the student's medical data screen. To enter medications, expand the medication area and click Add. The medication screen displays. Type in the date range for the medication using the last day of school if the date range exceeds the school year. Select the medication code from the drop-down list. Type in the dose, the frequency of the dose, and then enter the dispense time if applicable. This should be displayed hour, minute, or you can put in home, lunch, or as needed. The medication listing will list all daily medications first, then all as needed medications, and then those listed as student carries. Check the boxes for parent permission to dispense and doctor's permission to dispense if applicable. You may enter the date the medication was received at school and the number of pills received on the Receive, Return, Dispose tab. Click the Add Comment button, enter the date and the comment, click your Done button, and then click the Medication tab. Your comments will be displayed on the medication screen. You may now enter the pharmacy telephone number, the prescription number, and the prescribing physician. The next time you receive this medication, you may copy this record. Click Copy Record, then click Done. Click the Add button and click Paste Record. This will paste the information since much of it is duplicated. Then you can edit the dates or anything else that differs from the copied record. This feature is a great time saver and may be used in several of the other medical areas. To enter medical conditions, expand the area and click Add. The medical conditions screen displays. Enter the beginning date. No ending date is required for conditions that will continue beyond the designated date. Select a condition code from the drop-down list. Selecting food will alert cafeteria staff that the student has a food allergy when the student enters their PIN number or the cashier charges the meal. Use the comments area to indicate the specific food allergies, as this will display in the cafeteria when the warning appears. Check the box to show this condition on the alert page if it is imperative to know about this condition before accessing the rest of the student's medical information. The alert will also display on the clinic log whenever the student comes in. This ensures that you don't have to leave the clinic screen to look up students' medical information before treating them in the clinic. Check the Viewed by Non-Nurse Users box to remove the restriction to nurses only for this condition. Check the box under Doctor's Care if applicable. If a referral was made, check the referral box. If the student has returned the referral to school since the referral was made, designate that here and enter the return date. If a student is receiving home teaching, enter the date range. Enter any other comments regarding this condition. Click the Done box to save and exit. Click Apply to save and continue. Click Cancel to exit without saving your record. To enter physician's information, expand the area and click the Add button. The physician's information screen displays. Any physicians entered here may be used in medical restrictions records as well as pregnancy records. Select from the drop-down Physician, Insurance, HMO, or Dental. Type Y if this is the primary physician. Type I if this is the student's insurance carrier. Type in the effective date in the Date From field. Type the date to if applicable. Enter the physician's name or the vendor name, the practice name or policy number, and the telephone number, including the exchange if available. Enter any comments regarding the physician or the insurance policy in the comments box. Click Done to save and exit. Apply to save and continue. To enter hearing screenings, expand the area and click Add. The medical hearing screenings screen will display. Verify the date of the hearing screening. Select whether or not the student passed or failed each ear, and enter the decibels and the hertz used. Check the box if the student has an assisted hearing device. Also check if the student used that device during screening. Check the box if the student is under doctor's care, if a referral has been made, if the referral was returned to school and the date of the return. If the parent was contacted, select from the drop-down list the method of contact and enter a follow-up date. Enter any comments in the comments section regarding the hearing screening. Hearing screenings are another area where the copy-paste function is often used. For instance, let's say this is my first student who has passed the hearing screening. I would enter the information that would be identical for all students who have passed and then click Copy Record. I would then enter any additional information for this particular student, click Done, and arrow to my next student alphabetically, noticing that the hearing screening area is still expanded. Click Add and then Paste. This allows for the information to be copied into the next student's record. I can still enter additional information pertinent to this new student's hearing screening if necessary and continue with the process. When I get to the first student who failed the hearing screening, I can still use the Paste Record button in order to take advantage of the saved decibel and hertz information, but then change anything I need to. When I get to the next student, it pastes the same information I originally told it to copy. Note that you also may use the data grid to select a particular group of students or sort order. See the quick reference sheet, Student Data Grid, for more information on this topic. To enter vision screenings, expand the area and click Add. The Medical Vision Screenings screen displays. Verify the date of the vision screening. Select the appropriate option for the comprehensive eye exam. Review the drop-down list for each of the listed options and make your selection as appropriate for this student. Check if the student wears glasses and/or contacts. Enter if the student is under doctor's care and if a referral has been sent. If the parent was contacted, select the contact method from the drop-down list. If the referral was returned to school, check the box and enter the return date. Vision screenings are another area where the copy-paste function is often used with the information that would be identical for many students. To enter spinal screenings, expand the area and click the Add button. Verify the date. Select from the drop-down list Pass/Fail. Select from the drop-down list Continue Observation. Fill in a follow-up date if applicable. Under Doctor's Care, Referral Return to School, place a check as appropriate. Enter the return date, and if parent contact was made, select the method of contact. Click the Done button to save your work. To enter dental exams, expand the area and click Add. The Medical Dental Exams screen displays. Verify the date of the dental exam. Indicate whether fluoride sealant was used. Check the boxes as appropriate for caries experienced, untreated caries, soft tissue pathology, or malocclusion. If the student has a waiver, select the reason for the waiver. If the student is exempt, select the reason for exempt. If the student is under doctor's care, if a referral was sent, if the referral was returned to school, put a check as appropriate. If the referral was returned, use the calendar wizard to enter the return date. If the student has dental concerns, check the appropriate boxes, and if the student has treatment needs, check the appropriate boxes for this student. When you have made all your selections, click Done to save your work. To enter physical exams, expand the area and click Add. The Medical Physical Exams screen displays. Verify the date of the exam and then enter the height and weight of the student. Make sure to enter it feet and inches in the two separate fields. Once the height and weight fields are entered, you can click Apply to save the information. The screen refreshes with the percentile and BMI fields populated. Enter the student's blood pressure, if applicable, and check the box if the exam was completed. Enter any referral information and designate whether the information came from a doctor's office or the school clinic. Enter any comments regarding the physical exam. Make note if a student has any diabetes history in their family, has an insulin resistance, whether they're at risk for diabetes or an ethnic minority. If a referral was made, enter the return date if the referral was returned to school. When you have made all entries for this record, click the Done button to save your work. To enter restrictions, expand the area and click Add. The Medical Restrictions screen displays. Enter the date range for the restrictions and any applicable periods in the student's day that the student is restricted from participating. Click the checkbox for Under Doctor's Care and Referral Information and select the physician from the drop-down list if applicable. This list pulls from the physicians entered in the student's physician record. Enter any comments regarding this restriction in the comments area. When you have entered all information, click the Done button to save your work. Clinic visits are typically not entered here, so we'll skip over the process of entering the information for now. However, it is important to discuss viewing this information for the student. You have a complete history of a student's clinic visits for the entire year when you expand this area. You can open a record and see more thorough information by clicking on the View or Edit icon. We'll discuss what each one of these columns mean when we discuss the clinic log. You can view clinic logs from previous years by using the Year filter at the top right-hand corner of your screen. You can also view information from another school in the district if the student has transferred or was in a different building last year by using the Site filter. You can return to the current site and year by using the filters again and clicking the Go button. To enter a pregnancy, expand the area and click Add. The medical pregnancy screen displays. Enter the date and then enter the home teaching start date, the student's expected delivery date, the actual delivery date, and the delivery result code should be selected from the drop-down. The home teaching end date, the physician's name, enter the clinic and hospital names if applicable. Enter any comments regarding this pregnancy in the comments area. When all information is entered, click the Done button to save your work. To print one area of a student's medical record, expand the area and then click Actions, Print Grid. Verify the date to be printed on your report and the report title and change if necessary. Click Start Report. The display report screen shows. From here, you may either print the report or save it as a PDF. Click Done to return to the student medical data screen. Click Continue if a student has medical conditions to display. To print all areas of a student's medical record, click the Expand All icon and then click Actions, Print Grid. Verify the date and the report title and then click Start Report. The Display Report screen displays. From here, you may save or print the report. Click Done to return to the student medical data screen. Next, we will discuss the clinic log. To get to the clinic log, click View Maintain, Medical, Clinic Log Maintenance. The first thing you see is a list of all previously created dates, including the current attendance date. The DMED column indicates the number of daily medications logged. The other column indicates the number of additional visits to the clinic on that date. To view all clinic records for a previous date, click on the View icon for that date. To begin recording a log of today's clinic visits, click the View icon for the current date. The new clinic log date screen displays with the current calendar. Click Done to begin recording a log of clinic visits for this date. To begin the clinic log, click the Time In for student or Time In for faculty staff when the student or staff member arrives. The search screen displays. Enter the student's name and select the student. Once the student is located, if they have medical conditions, these will display. Click Continue. The Clinic Log Visits screen display. Select from the drop-down the Clinic Visit Reason code. You may also jump to the code by typing. The time displays as the current time. You may edit this time if you're charting or entering the clinic visits at a time different than the current time. Identify any periods the student missed while visiting the clinic. Select whether the student was sent back to class, sent home, or sent to the office. If you've contacted a parent, indicate who you called. Check the boxes to indicate a major or minor accident or injury, if an accident report was made, whether this was an illness, if an ambulance was called, if a referral was made, or a note was sent. If the student has an infectious disease, select it from the DOH surveillance drop-down list. Enter the student's temperature, blood pressure, glucose level, or ICD-9 if that information is pertinent to this clinic visit. If a referral was made, check the box for a referral. If the referral was returned to school, place a check in this box and enter the date. On the right side of the screen are a list of treatments that could be selected. Place a check in the box next to any treatment that was done and use the comments area to write any additional information not addressed in the fields above. It is recommended to use the fields to record basic visit information rather than the comment area if at all possible. This will allow you to combine clinic statistics without having to read through a great deal of comments to obtain the same information. Verify that your name appears in the person on duty box. If the student is ready to leave the nurse's office, click the Timeout Apply button and the time will automatically populate. If the student is not ready to leave the clinic, click the Done button without clicking Timeout Apply and the record will be saved and you can return to the clinic log. To obtain contact information for a student, verify that the student's clinic visit line is highlighted and then click Actions, Student Contact Summary Info. Once the information is obtained, click the Done button to return to the clinic log. Click the Edit icon in the appropriate row to denote that a phone call was made. Multiple students may be in the clinic simultaneously. If this is the case, click Time In, locate the next student, complete the necessary fields, and then click Done. You may very easily time out an open record by highlighting it and then clicking Time Out. The information we see on this screen are the View and Edit icons, the Time In and Time Out, the student's name and grade, the clinic visit reason code, if the student was a no-show for daily meds, if the student has daily meds, where the student was sent after the clinic visit was complete, whether a call was made, accident or injury, major or minor, illness, referral, accident report made, the user who was on duty at the time of the clinic visit, and whether or not a treatment was provided, and any comments that were made for this visit. The last icon is the Delete icon. The Daily Meds button is in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Clicking it will display a list of all students who take medication. This screen will only show active records for the current clinic date. It will display each student and their grade level, if they are in attendance for today, the date range for the medication code, and the dispense time, and any comments that were entered in the medication record. By clicking the Add icon next to the student's name, a clinic visit record is created using daily meds as the default reason, and any comments from the student's medication record are copied to the clinic visit record. Simply indicate that the medication was given by checking the box and that the student was sent back to class, and click the Timeout Apply button and then click Done. Click the Done button to return to the clinic log. You may also view daily medications listing by clicking Actions, Medications Listing, or clicking View Maintain Medical Medications Listing. Another option on this screen is to jump to student medical data from any student in your clinic log. First, highlight the student's clinic visit and click the button Other Student Medical. This will take you to the Student Medical Data Maintenance screen. When finished on that screen, click the Done button to return to the clinic log. You may also view student medical data by clicking Actions and clicking Student Medical Data. The Actions menu contains additional functions available from the clinic log. Deleted entries can be displayed or hidden using the Deleted Entries function. To update student phone numbers and address information, click Actions, Student Family, and this will take you to the student family information. This function is dependent upon your permissions. To print the clinic log for today, click Actions, Grid View, Scroll in Browser. Then, click the Print icon on your screen. The medical reporting area offers a large variety of options. You can pull a report on any field or fields in the student medical screen or clinic log. To generate a medical data listing, clinic log totals, or medical data statistics, Click on Reports, Medical, and Medical Reports. You will select the type of report, report style, students to be included in the report, number of records to look for, and fields to filter by. For example, to pull a list of all students exempt from immunization, select Medical Data Listing by Student for all active students. Under Selection Fields to Use, expand the immunization area. In the Exempt row, click on the drop-down arrow and select the first item in the list. In the To area, click the drop-down and select the last item in the list. This will pull all students who have at least one exempt immunization for any reason. After these selections are made, click Continue Selection. Verify the date on the report and the title to be printed and change if necessary. Select the print options to be included in the report and select the student medical data to be included in the report. Click Start Report. The My Reports screen displays if the report takes longer than a few seconds to load. You will click the Update Display button until the status of the report says Complete. When the status of the report displays Complete, click the View icon to view the report. The Display Reports screen is now visible. The first page of the report shows a summary of the options you selected. The second and all other pages show the students who match the selections criteria. From here, you may save or print the report. Next, we'll select the clinic log totals. The screen will refresh with options applicable to this report. Select which options to use and enter the valid dates, typically the first day of school to the present or a date range of 1 month. In the minimum visits field, you may enter a report restriction to include only students with, say, 3 or more visits. To include all students, enter 1 in this field. Click Continue Selection. Verify the date to be printed and the report title and change if necessary. Select the print options to be included in the report and click Start Report. The My Report screen displays. Click the Update Display button to update the status. When the status is complete, click the View icon. The first page of the report shows a summary of the options selected. The second page and all other pages show the students matching the criteria selected. From here, you may save or print the report. Next, we'll print a report to see all students without a hearing screening. To do this, select Medical Data Listing by Student and select All Active Students. Click the option to select only students who do not meet the criteria below. Expand the hearing screening section and enter the date range for the school year. Dates must be entered in the form of month, day, year. This tells Tyler SIS that we're looking for students with no hearing screenings for this date range. Click Continue Selection. Verify the date printed on the report and the report title, and change if necessary. Select the options to be printed on the report, uncheck immunizations, and select hearing screenings, and then click Start Report. The Display Reports screen displays. The first page of the report shows a summary of the options selected. The second page of the report and all other pages show the students matching the criteria selected. From here, you may print or save the report. Use this same process to generate a report of any student medical data area. For instance, to get a list of all students in a certain teacher's class with an unrestricted medical condition, select Medical Data Listing by Student and specify custom selection. This will allow you to select a specific student or group of students. Expand the medical conditions area, and in the From and To box, next to View by Teacher, select True. Click Continue Selection. Verify the date printed on the report and change the report title if necessary. Select the print options to be included in the report. Uncheck Immunizations and check Medical Conditions to include these records in the report, and then click Start Report. Because we selected Specify Custom Selection, the Search Student screen displays. Click Go to Grid for selection. I'm going to select all of the students who have Jim Mathman as their teacher for some period in the day. If you're unfamiliar with these steps, see the quick reference sheet Student Data Grid. Click Done, and the My Reports screen displays. Click Update Display to update the status of the report, and when the report is completed, click the View icon. The first page of the report shows a summary of the options selected. The second and all other pages show the students matching the criteria selected. From here, you may save or print the report. The last report we'll talk about on this screen is the Medical Data Statistics Report. Use this option to view the number of students with records in areas of healthcare provider, dental care provider, insurance, hearing screening, vision screening, dental exams, physical exams, the number of students who visited the health clinic for reasons other than daily medications, were sent home from the clinic, were sent back to class from the clinic, the number of students receiving routine medications, total daily medications entries, and total number of students. Click Continue Selection. Verify the date and the report title, and click Start Report. The My Reports screen displays. Click the Update Display button. When the status is complete, choose the View icon. The first page of the report shows you selections that you made for generating this report, and the second page shows you the medical data statistics for the student areas that we discussed. This report also provides you with a percentage breakdown for each item. Next, we have State Compliance Report. Click on Reports, then Medical, and State Compliance Reports. The first report is a SHOTS Compliance Report. The screen displays a listing of all immunizations. Select all immunizations, or select the specific immunization you wish to run compliance on, and enter the target run date. Click this box, Check Compliance for next year, if you are checking for students who will need updates prior to the start of the next school year. Select the Hepatitis B rule to use and click Start Report. The Display Reports screen now displays. The first page of the report shows a summary of the options selected and all compliance rules used. Note, there is a 4-day grace period allowed for the minimum interval or age that the shot can be administered. The second and all other pages show non-compliant students and what shot they need in order to meet compliance. From here, you may save or print the report. The next report is the Annual Immunization Summary Grid. You may select grades K through 12 or child care preschool students. This report should be run from central office if all students in the district are to be included. Select all active students. Select your print options to include the report. Again, select the immunization you'd like to run compliance on and enter the target run date. Check this box if compliance is for next year. Select the Hepatitis B rule to use and click Start Report. The Display Report screen displays. This report shows the number of students enrolled at each grade level and the number of students who are compliant for each shot. This report is broken down by shot type, and at the bottom of the grid is a note detailing which students are included in totals for series complete. From here, you may save or print the report. You may also run a report on the number of students in your elementary sites who have had vision screenings. This report has options for kindergarten or first grade vision exam or first and third grade vision screening. Select Vision Screening from the type of report list and select the option for compliance. Click on Start Report. The Vision Exam Annual Report will display. The report provides a count of students in your site at each grade level and other data areas required for completing this report. The Student Encounters and Outcomes Report will allow you to gather data for the number of students who have been seen in the clinic. It shows the number of students seen by an RN, LPN, or health aide, along with how many were sent back to class, sent home, or if 911 was called for any students seen. Select Student Encounters and Outcomes from the type of report, and then select your student selection. Click Start Report. This report now displays a count of all students seen in the clinic and divides it by RN, LPN, or health aide, and shows a count for students sent back to class, sent home, or 911 called. This concludes our webinar on the medical module. In this webinar, we have reviewed all aspects of the medical module to familiarize you with the steps and procedures used to maintain immunizations, medical conditions, and reports. Tyler SIS support can be found by clicking on the question mark icon on every Tyler SIS screen. Please refer any questions you may have to your SIS coordinator. SIS district coordinators, please email any questions to sisk12help@tylertech.com using the subject Tyler SIS Medical Module. We thank you for your participation.